energy fill the skies.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, you know, over the past few weeks, we had some wonderful football action happening right here in Tobago. And it was concluded earlier this week with the champions being Stokely Vale. So, guess what? We are being joined right now by a few members of the Plymouth Stokely Vale team. So a special good morning to you, Mr. Quidell Joefield, who is the manager of the team, and Mr. James Campbell, who is the head coach of Stokely Vale. Good morning and welcome to you both.
Good morning.
All right, so tell me, how has the tournament been? I mean, you guys blew through the competition.
Well, the tournament started off a bit shaky due to preparations from the club, but knowing the guys, we pushed through with the hard work and success at the end of the competition. So that is the Stokely Vale way.
I like that. That's a Stokely Vale way. Mr. Campbell, can you give me an idea of what's it like what's the spirit like amongst the team members and so on?
Okay, the spirit around the team is very well. They wanted to win the FA, and that would have boosted their chances to continue in the tournament. So winning this FA mean a lot to the Stokely Vale team and also the village.
And then tell me about just even that support that you guys have gotten from the village to keep going all these years.
Well, to be honest, we always have the support from our home crowd, the Plymouth fans, but we were surprised with all the fans across the island. That was a bit more improved, so we appreciate it a lot to all the fans.
And what do you think this means now for the future of football? Because we saw quite a lot of excellent football coming out from this tournament, not just from you guys, but even throughout the other teams that were there.
Well, the football is growing because after COVID, it fell apart. So we're just glad that the football is back on the island playing and going forward, and the teams are putting out the energy and the effort to showcase the talent so that players could get a chance on the national team or abroad. So we're just glad that the football is back playing for now.
And Mr. Campbell, what's it been like, working with the guys and getting them ready to be able to bring home the trophy?
Well, it's a lot of hard work. And during this preparation, we have to start from the beginning of the start of the FA. And during the practice session, you could see like the guys have been wanted to win. They show their talent. They want to come out and say, you know what, if you have to win a tournament like the FA Cup, you need to work extra hard, and they did that. And the results turned into our favor, which is good for them.
And then what can you tell me about some of the star players on your team, the members, the athletes that were able to perform?
Well, to be quite honest, it's a collective bunch, but we had to name out Kishon Joseph for having a wonderful game. He stood there and held the midfield together and rallied the team. Must give comments to the skipper, Calvin Chapman. He rallied his troops along the way, and as you know, in the game, we had a little hiccup with our goalkeeper, our emergency, and our standby goalkeeper came in, Mr. Jonathan Thomas, and he stood the show from there. It was all his coming down to the end.
And now, what is the future looking like?
Well, the future for Stokely Vale, right now we are in need of a full-time sponsorship, so we are seeking that, but right now we are working with the youths more because, the senior guys, they are off soon with age difference and injuries and stuff, so we are working more to develop the youths going forward.
And is there any other tournaments that you guys are looking at? What about on a national scale?
Well, we're hoping to get into the Tier 2 competition, that's the Super League, but again, finances and other little challenges, but the guys are ready and fully prepared, so we're just focusing on winning out this league competition, and then Tier 2, here we come.
And how can Tobago support you guys in moving forward?
Well, we'll continue to come out and support the guys. We try to do a little fundraiser, so we'll hope for the public assistance going forward.
Have you been able to attract any sponsors or any business support?
Yes, we had a few business support through the community. Miss Karen Forbes, she assisted us, and we have a lot of other contributors throughout the tournament, but we just need a major one to push the team in the right direction.
And do you think that you have what it takes to take on Tier 1 nationally?
Well, I could say yes, because we have been there already. Over the years, we have won the knockout competition in the Super League, as we call it, and we have to drop out because of financial situation. So now we are trying our best to see if we could get back there, because there are opportunity in the Super League that, you know, different coaches from Trinidad, even the national youth teams, coaches, the national coaches can see these players coming out of Tobago. And we're not say looking at only just Tocqueville, but we have to look at Tobago in general.
Yes, because like I said, we saw quite a lot of talent coming out of the competition this year. And I mean, you know, over the past few years, the conversation has been, why haven't we been able to have players from Tobago be on the national team? And are you guys now seeing from what you witnessed this year, are you seeing that there is potential for Tobago players to be on the national team?
Well, I'll say yes. All right. But I think too that we have a lot of talent that we talk about. We see a lot of players, but is just the say well dialogue between the two islands that could be able to say, okay, how could we get the players to Trinidad? How could we see more talent from Tobago? Because they can't say it by being in Trinidad. They have to come to Tobago to see what kind of talent Tobago have in generally. And in the improvement of the football in Tobago, I could say that the Speyside team who was our finalists, I think they have a lot of good players. The final was great. I think that was a great opportunity that the national coach could have been here to see this final so that they could have seen the kind of talent that Tobago is producing right now.
What do you think Tobago needs in order to, you know, push football to the next level and to have it being taken more seriously, especially on a national scale?
Okay. What I would like to see is that, you know, we want to see more improvement in the clubs. We want to see more improvement in the coaches. We want to see the president of the TFA find the solution or the dialogue between Trinidad and Tobago so that we could say, well, not just coming to Tobago for a day to say, well, you come to screen a player for a day. You don't see the best out of the players in one day. So they need to be able to get a Tobago-based team so that when this time comes, you could say, okay, they could bring the national team to Tobago to play the Tobago leg, and we could go to Trinidad to play them once more so that we could get the opportunity to see these players not only just for a day. Right? And I think that we're seeing some of the players now in Tobago are getting a little more serious because we have so many females on the national team, and the two top players in the national women team are one from our club, Stokelyville, which she was the former captain, I don't know if she still is, and the national goalkeeper. So that is a start, and then at the under 20 and under 17 level, you're seeing more females going, and that is good for Tobago in the female part of it. There were a young guy from Mount St. George who was part of the national under 17, just come off our tournament, and that is another good for us. So we are saying now that we need to push a little more for these youngsters and push a little bit more for Tobago in general to see that what we could find a solution to get more Tobago players on the national team.
Certainly. And, you know, I mean, like I said, I said throughout the whole conversation, I've been quite impressed about, yes, the athleticism that came forward from, and just the talent. And we're looking forward to seeing just corporate Tobago come on board to support teams like yourself.
Yes, of course. And this is what we're not having. And to get the football going forward, we need to get corporate people from Tobago to involve in it to make sure that, you know, we see that these players could even go to the national level and even go beyond national level. We can't just look at it as leave it up to the TFA to do these things. You know, everybody has to come on board if we have to be able to see this project. And the product has to be Tobago has to stand firm with everybody that we could be able to push the talent to make Tobago proud.
And what do you want? What would you like to see for TFA as a manager of a team, you know, in terms of, you know, pushing football to the next level?
Well, there's a smooth flowing because we're having some hiccups in the competition whereas the grounds aren't ready. So we need a more support to the TFA president, Mr. Alfred. He's doing a wonderful job with the ideas in this competition, but he does need the support from everyone, the whole community, the whole island, the business people in the community. Just to give us a little push so the youngsters will have the opportunity.
All right, great. Well, we are actually over time this morning, but yeah, so we're coming down to the end of it. But I just want you guys to just take a few moments just to really address or talk about, just the performance of your team, and as we wrap up the conversation.
Okay. Well, we went into the FA finals to win, and I think that Space I come to win.
Yes.
All right. And when the game started and the timeline that they scored, well, I was like, don't worry, be patient. The game now started, so let's relax and play. And when I see they pull one goal back to go to 2-1, I say, well, that is the start of it. And when they come back to 3-1, and then we go 3-2, then we equalize. I say, well, this is our opportunity to win the game. And the guys stand up and did it. But all in all, I want to say even congratulations to Speyside. It was one of the greatest finals I ever seen Tobago for the long while. People didn't know it, but we were the defending FA champions, and we win it for a second time in a row. But I'm not putting nothing past Speyside. They did really well.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Mr. Joefield.
Well, it was really interesting, as the coach said. For me, I was a bit more nervous, right, when we went 2-0 down. But as the coach said, don't worry, buddy, we got this. And the guys wanted the support. So as the head, I could not have fallen below and showing them that I was panicking. So I stood my grounds and the guys told me, manage, we got this. We're going to bring it back. And as we went 3-all, I said, yeah, Speyside is in trouble. And at the end, we were victorious.
All right. Well, I want to thank you both for being on with us and for sharing just the victory with us. And we're looking forward. Let me tell you something. I'm personally looking forward to see where Stokelyville grows from here. And yeah, keep forging the way through football in Tobago.
Okay, thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being here.
All right, great. So, well, viewers, that's it for the program this morning. I want to thank you so much for being on with us. And I hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend. We got a whole lot happening this weekend. Just be safe in whatever you do. And we'll see you again on Monday.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning.